Comrade Omoyole Sowore called Tinubu a criminal, and ever since then, the DSS has been trying all possible means to shut him down. They did a lot of things, writing Meta, writing X to bring his account down, and so on and so forth. But are you thinking what I'm thinking? Just because they call Tinubu a criminal, the hair is getting loose? Anyway, take a breath. In this life, anything you know that you can eat, don't give it to others to eat. Throw back to 2014, 2015, even 2011, it is on the record on the Nation newspaper and different newspapers in Nigeria that the same Bola Ahmed Tinubu called Jonathan a drunk. In fact, he did not use the word drunk. He said drunkard. A sitting president, he was calling him a drunkard. He called him all sorts of names. He said Jonathan was stinking. That was what Tinubu said. It's on the record. It's on. Go and Google it. Go and fact check what I'm saying. Now, not only that, they threatened that blood will flow the whole country in 2015 if they did not win election. After they have imported terrorists, the coalition imported terrorists. Go and fact check me. It's on the internet everywhere. The coalition that produced Buhari as the president did that, and Tinubu is among the coalition. Now, after that, even before the election, you can see when they were carrying Jonathan on the coffin, Jonathan's image in the coffin, they put RIP Jonathan, RIP Tinubu. I want to ask a question. Tinubu's followers and Tinubu himself, are you ready to take this in 2026? You must get ready for it. Yeah, in a double fold. What you gave to Jonathan, people must give it back to you. That they call you a criminal, is that why DSS is trying to flex power, whereas the real people are dying? Let me draw your attention. The former Nigerian Military Intelligence Agency, Kunle Olaomi, he's still alive, young, retired now. He made a statement accusing the DSS on Chinese television, 1 hour video. There is nothing the man did not expose. He said that DSS knows the people killing Nigeria. They have the whole information of the people sponsoring terrorism. So I want to ask DSS, because Sowore called Tinubu a criminal, is that why you are flexing your power, using taxpayers' money to do what you are doing, leaving the people you know that are sponsoring terrorists? DSS, as far as I'm concerned, have not denied what Kunle Olaomi, the head of military intelligence agency, said. By the way, Kunle Olaomi was overseeing both the DSS intelligence, military intelligence, together. So he knows what he talked about. He arrested Boko Haram that told him that people in the presidency, this APC administration, people in the governorship seat and senators were the ones sponsoring it. Where do we go from there? Why is DSS trying to act as if they are still criminals themselves? Now, let's get the fact there. I want you to take a look at this video. I will come back to tell you what is going to happen in 2026.
I have been a very big advocate of the DSS and what they've been doing in stemming the tides of insecurity. But if I'm going to give honest counsel, this was not the right way to go about it. And this is sad. You see, what they have now done is, a lot of people might not even seen Sowore's tweets. He said he tweeted it on the 27th.
Yes.
26th of August.
I think it was 25th. I saw it.
What are we today? Yes. What are we today? 8th. I only knew about the tweets because they started talking about it and the letter they wrote over the weekend.
That's when you saw Sowore's tweet.
I didn't even know that he tweeted anything of that nature. This is not the way to go about it, because you see, we live in a country where when we want to look at things on the pedestal of fairness, yes, what I would just say is it wasn't right to have called the president a criminal. You don't have any court judgment to be able to back that up. But secondly, the other part of the tweets, what the president also went to say in Brazil, that corruption is gone. Corruption is not gone from Nigeria. We also know that corruption is not gone. On my point on the DSS, what is happening is the fact that when you start to say, okay, let's cherry pick, people will now ask you, what about what is happening in Edo where NSCDC officials were killed? Why do we talk about? What about the people inciting violence online? Because the DSS statement talked about inciting violence, and the next thing, you are not doing anything. We are in this country when Bayo Ononuga came out openly to say that this should be the last time the Igbo should put mouth in Lagos politics.
Right.
And he also doubled down on the statement. Why didn't we have a level of control and contrition? So that's why I said going through this route is a route that will not benefit anybody.
All right.
That's just my point.
The Department of State Security is that we have a law in place, the Criminal Code, the very controversial Cyber Security Act, Sections 18, 22, and 24. Section 24 being the most controversial, particularly as it has been applied by the police. And the DSS is saying, under the laws of our country, we do not allow hate speech or cyberbullying, which will amount to domestic terrorism. And that they, in their own consideration, think that Sowore calling the president of Nigeria a criminal when he has not been so declared by a court of law is beyond the pale. And that was why they wrote to X, managers of X, to say, delete that particular tweet and in fact suspend his account. Now the ex-managers, following due process, contacted him and gave him the information. But how was this resolved at the end of the day? The tweet was on August 27, and Sowore says he's not going to delete any tweet. And I think that X has also not suspended his account. X probably saying, look, he has the right to free speech and all of that. However, he went a step further to say he's defiant, that he's been persecuted by the Nigerian government. And his supporters will say that, in fact, there's probably a case of persecution here from the protest at the toll gate, NSAS, from NSAS protest to arraignment in court to, invitations by the police. And now he says the DSS has also now joined. But that the struggle for him continues. Whether they imprison him, or they take him to court, or they delete his Facebook account, or they delete his X account, that he is committed to the struggle. So, people like Sowore, they are of a different type. He's also an opposition politician. And he says, this is where I stand in this matter. So where do you draw the line, theoretically now, between the right to free speech and, the laws of the land that talk about hate speech, and where is the responsibility of government in enforcing these laws? It's a very tight rope. There's no way you will swing and you will not end up, being accused of taking sides in the matter. However, what is important is that while the government has a responsibility to respect the boundaries in terms of the rights of the individual, individuals also, while expressing their rights under Section 39 of the Constitution, must also realize that, look, where your right stops is where other people's rights begin. And that is why government, individuals, they have the recourse, if they have been defamed, to under the same laws that the state is quoting, to defamation. The president of Nigeria can sue. If you call him a criminal, you can be asked to come and prove it in a court of law. If you defame another person using social media, you can be sued to come and prove it. So it's a very delicate balance in respecting the rights of individuals and also upholding the law.
All right, you know that Sowore also accused the Tinubu regime of using the Nigeria police force to systematically harass, torture, and persecute him. These tweets have gone viral. Rufai, I'd like to just highlight this. The DSS is a secret service institution that investigates crimes against the state. They are also empowered to protect the president. So this might sound really, strange to a lot of people, but however, the DSS is doing their job. And I'd like to also take another tweet before I come to you. I just also to note that the DSS has said that, they are going to go after X as well as, Sowore if they don't comply. We had that issue the last time with Muhammadu Buhari, the Twitter ban. I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but let me take this tweet from Chinedu, who wrote to the DSS. Are you guys not aware of the mayhem that happened in Edo State? They killed officers like you, and you are here lamenting about a tweet from Sowore, and that's the sort of rhetoric that we are seeing online.
As people ask the halt, it don't happen. I'll share this video.
Now, let us look into this. Do you know how many times the APC and Tinubu's, people like Bayo Nanuga call someone like Nnamdi Kanu a criminal, of which there is no court on earth. Listen to me. There is no court on earth, in this earth, that have found Nnamdi Kanu guilty. No court on earth. Never. No court has found Nnamdi Kanu guilty. Do you understand? So, what you don't want people to do to you, why are you doing it to others? That is number one. Now, let me tell you what Tinubu and ABC is going to see in 2026. The people are already losing their, their patience. The people are losing their patience so fast. And 2026 is not going to be funny. Like me, I am not that interested in elections, as you know. I talk reality out of issues. I put out whatever I want to talk about, but I'm not that interested because I know that the result of the election is not going to change anything. I know that. The result of the election is not going to change anything. I think the opposite is what is going to change something. You know what I'm talking about. Now, when you look at 2026 with the anger, the rate at which Tinubu is about to inflate everything through tax, the petrol, everything is going to go high. I pity Tinubu and APC. Everything they did to Jonathan is what is going to happen to them in the year 2026. They should get ready. Everything you have done against people is what people are going to do against you comes 2026. So there is no, noise making about people calling you a criminal. By the way, the video of Tinubu circulated during the election when he was saying, smash it, grab it, run away with it. And that was why the Canadian court said no. The process of electing these leaders by these two major political parties, is criminality in a criminal way. So these two political parties are terrorists. By the way, if you belong to, in fact, if you are a leader of a terrorist group, I think calling you a terrorist is not a bad thing. That is what Sowore to Tinubu, that you are a terrorist. Because APC and PDP now has been proscribed as terrorist organizations. So let them feel it. Let me know what you think on the comment section.